And this is pound for pound boxing.
The boys of the new generation.
Where we pull back, no punches. And we're gonna basically go down the results, upcoming fights, and you know, knowledge left. So I had to bring in the guru, who will be filling in from now on until knowledge comes back, or vice versa, or whatever happens, happens. Results: we got Roy Jones versus Joe Calzaghe. Roy Jones losing a 12-round decision. Guru, how did you see that fight?
Well, what can I say? Roy Jones was there for the money, nothing else. When he fights somebody, first of all, Calzaghe got under his skin, okay? So he got half the battle already won by doing that. Second of all, Calzaghe was throwing punches from all kind of angles, and well, Roy Jones is used to get just the frontal punches. Tito Trinidad was good for him because Tito was coming from the front all the time, and his hook, and maybe a little jab. But Calzaghe was throwing all kind of punches, hook, jabs, uppercuts, everything. Plus messing with him mentally, and that's how he won the fight. It was easy for him.
Definitely, he affected him. He was in his face. I mean, there was points where Calzaghe would drop his hands, put his face in Roy's face, and then punch him and slap him around from different angles. It was a good win for Joe Calzaghe. What do you think Joe Calzaghe should do from here on out? Some people are saying he's saying he might retire. There might be another fight on the horizon. What do you think should happen?
Well, to me, he got all the money he needs in the world. Okay, I don't think he needs any money. And if he fights, it's gonna be because he actually loves the sport of boxing.
Do you think is there any good fight out there for him right now?
I don't see there's any good fight out there for him.
So you don't think Chad Dawson would bring anything? Maybe Glenn Johnson?
No, Glenn Johnson is
maybe a fight with Jermaine Taylor or maybe Kelly Pavlik?
Jermaine Taylor will be a good fight for him because he got some sort of speed, so where he can match it up with him. Pavlik, he's a frontal boxer, so he's gonna get beat up too. So maybe Jermaine Taylor. That's the only one that I'm giving just a little chance to get on Calzaghe. Other than that,
well, see, I'm gonna have to disagree. I think that Chad Dawson would be a great fight. Although I think Joe Calzaghe would win the fight, I think it would be a lot closer fight than a Jermaine Taylor versus Joe Calzaghe. So. Oh yes, definitely, all day long. Man, where did you learn boxing from, man? Come on, man.
You seen the last fight from Jermaine Taylor?
Yes.
Okay, Jermaine Taylor.
But who did he fight? Who did he fight? Somebody that was beat down by Joe Calzaghe that's never been the same after that fight.
He fought his fight. And what I'm saying is he's got some sort of speed. He knows how to box. He knows how to fight. He got much better chances than anyone else out there right now.
I don't know.
But regardless, I like to see Calzaghe to retire undefeated. All right,
and enjoy the fruits of his labor.
Exactly, and history, make history. The only the only British guy that can retire as undefeated. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. So, hey, enjoy life, man. Enjoy your family.
Now, going on to fights that happened this past weekend, we got Vernon Phillips versus Paul Williams. Did you see that fight, and what were your thoughts on that one?
It's the same thing. I see all these old guys hanging in there, man. Phillips, good man, humble, but he has nothing to look for in another division, and more or less with a champ. All right. His best day has passed by, and he had no chance from the get going. I mean, when I first heard about that fight coming up, I said, "Who wants to see that fight?"
Yeah, apparently, but then again, who wants to fight Paul Williams? I mean, that's also on Paul Williams. I mean, it's not his fault either because he says everybody in the welterweights don't want to fight him, and everybody in the above weight classes don't want to fight him, and the only one that gave him a chance was Vince Phillips, who was a champ at 154.
That's what we had the WBC, WBO, and all of these other branches, and they have #1 contender on the list.
Right.
Force him to fight them.
But that's the thing. As the WBO, he was the champ at 147. So he had #1 contenders. But I mean, once you get that level of championship, like he says, he wants to fight the best, and if the best don't want to fight him, then the only chance he's got is to move up and weight and fight somebody else.
You're not getting me. You're not getting me. What I'm saying is, like WBO, right? If no one wants to fight him, there's #1 contender, #2, #3, #4. Now, if neither one of those want to fight him, which is mandatory, get them off the list and let somebody that really wants to fight the #1 on the list.
Right, but what I'm saying is, now you're not understanding me.
Yeah, okay, let's
So
see.
you got the WBA champ, you got the WBC champ, you got the IBF champ, and you got the WBO champ. The other champs that are fighting aren't ranked for his division and the WBO, which was he was the champ for. So that means that Margarito is not going to fight him because he's ranked. Joshua Clottey's not going to fight him because he's ranked. Who else is there? Andre Berto's not going to fight him because he's ranked somewhere else. Yeah. The only one that can maybe fight him would be Cotto. But then, since he moved up in weight, now he's fighting for the vacant belt. Supposedly fighting for the WBO vacant belt. So, again, it comes down to nobody wants to fight him. Cotto would have somewhere been in the mix. But Cotto either didn't want to fight him or Bob Arum didn't want to fight him.
I know there's some hungry guy out there, younger guy, that wants to fight. Okay? Maybe less money, okay? I just cannot see how we getting a champ, a good champ, like Paul Williams, because he's a good champ, fighting a 39 years old guy. I mean, you know, their chances are very limited. I mean, you can tell.
But then you can't say that either, because then Bernard Hopkins was past 40, fighting the younger Kelly Pavlik that's 26 and beat the hell out of him.
He beat him because Pavlik fell under his spell, okay? He got on the public skin, okay? Hopkins did. And like I said, in the boxing, you got 50-50. 50 is me getting under your skin, all right, and mess you up. And the other 50 is you beating me up with the best you can. And that's what Hopkins is. I mean, half the fight was already won by Hopkins, okay? Because he like to talk. He gets you out of concentration, all right? And then he put the jab on your nose. Very simple. And not only that, then you got Pavlik that is a frontal boxer. The same thing that happens to Tito. Everyone that comes forward, straightforward to Hopkins, he'll going to take care of you. Just with a jab, and uppercut, and a few more punches. Well, that's it. All right? Now, he couldn't do that with Calzaghe because he got all the moves. Plus, he was lefty, and he moves, and he throws all kind of punches. So anyone that comes frontal to Hopkins, he's going to take him. It don't matter. He could be 50. All right? Or anybody that comes straight forward to him, he's going to beat him. Simple as that. Okay.
And then moving on to the heavyweight division. Chris Arreola making a name for himself against Travis Walker. Knockout in the third round. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Arreola, conditioning. He don't look like he been training too well lately. He been eating a lot of tacos and enchiladas. And if you want to be a champ, which I think you got the potential, you need to start training, okay? Stop eating. You have your time to eat now, okay? After the fight, but before the fight, you need to train and train hard, okay? So people can see the way you're training, that you're working hard to get to where you want to get to, but not eating, okay? He did a good fight. He did a good fight. He took some good punches. He took some good punches. He took some good punches. Yeah, he took some good punches, and then he can punch. He can punch.
But would you agree with what they were saying in the fight? They were, he's got a great amateur background. Did you see an amateur background in that fight that said, oh man, you know, he's good, he's got a pedigree for a heavyweight? Because I didn't see it in that fight. That's what I was thinking. They're talking 100+ amateur fights, and to me, I didn't see no amateur like experience in there. No, I saw a guy that went in there and fought. He just went in there and slugged and. Let's see who can throw it better. That's what he does.
Yeah, I didn't see the experience either.
To me, it looked like a heavyweight Mailbag.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good comparison right there. Exactly.
That's what it was. He took a punch. It was good. Yeah. He got composed. He came back up and said, "Okay, I'm gonna handle it." Bah, knockout.
He's tough, but going back to he's fighting Travis Walker, someone that doesn't have too much experience himself either. Okay, he was a strong guy,
very fast.
Well, he threw everything on the first round.
That's the problem.
Okay, he threw everything on the first round. Ever from the get-going, when I saw him throwing punches like crazy and not doing anything, I knew he was going to get burned out in the second and third, which is exactly what happens. I mean, it wouldn't take longer than 5 rounds anyway for him to just die on his own. So
what would be a good test for Chris Arreola to measure him?
You know what would be a good test for Arreola, and people would probably doesn't agree with me? John Ruiz.
John Ruiz?
Because he's going to make a difficult fight for him. John Ruiz is not the kind of person who's going to throw all the punches at once. Okay? He's going to test him. He's going to jab him. He's going to grab him. He's going to push him. He's going to do a lot of things that he's not used to. And that'll be a good test for him to throw him in there with him.
Okay, and then I was thinking him, Frezo Kendo, or Jamil McClain.
McClain is kind of...
But the McClain, for McClain would be that's about the same height that Klitschko's would be. So if you want to get a good, reach to see how high you're going to be fighting against one of these bigger champs like the Klitschko's, that would be your guy. Another one, maybe Samuel Peter.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. That'd be good
to mix him up and see what he's made of.
Peter,
see if he can take a good punch.
Okendo, Jamil. I don't like Jamil because he don't use a jab.
I don't like him either.
He don't use a jab as a Klitschko does. Ruiz does use a jab. Okendo uses a jab, but not Peter uses a jab sometimes, but not Jamil. So that's what I like to. But I'd rather to say with somebody his same height and with same weight more likely, and someone with a lot of experience. So Ruiz is going to give him a good match there. All
right. And then we're going to move to the upcoming fights. We got Froch versus Jean Pascal for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship. I'm rolling with Froch on this one. Going with the UK. I think he's got a little power that he might be able to do something with Jean Pascal. And what do you think on this one?
Well, I think somebody pay you some money to get for this fight. All right.
I wasn't impressed with Pascal the last time I saw him fight.
I was impressed. I was impressed because he got a lot of speed and mobility. He can move. He was very fast, and he got a good left hook. Yeah, it's hook uppercut type of thing. And he looked pretty good to me. See,
I wasn't impressed. I thought he kind of winded down towards the end and wasn't. In the last fight, I think it was on ESPN or something.
Yeah.
When he fought, it was the same fight where Miranda fought on the undercard.
Yeah, well, I like Pascal. I think he will take care of this fraud.
We'll see about that. And moving right along, we got the big pay-per-view main event this weekend. We got Oscar De La Hoya versus Manny Pacquiao. Your thoughts on this one? I'll say it real quick. I've heard anybody that was expecting us to go long into this fight, man, Oscar De La Hoya by knockout within 8 rounds.
Waste of time. It's a rip-off. Doesn't do any good for the sport of boxing. Come on, guys. De La Hoya, if you want to prove something, get somebody your size. Okay, I mean, Pacquiao is a tough guy and this and that, a strong kid. But he had no chance with De La Hoya. I mean, and you know what? And I hope De La Hoya get whipped.
We'll be rooting for Manny Pacquiao on this one.
Yeah, because he'll be looking for the easy way out to make money, and I hope his show comes down to being knocked out by this guy here by a wild punch. Because De La Hoya, come on, guy, you're a good boxer, you're a great boxer in history, but you need to, if you want to prove something and if you want to make money, okay, make money decently, okay, just earn it. Just don't go out for the little kid, man, and then trying to sell this ticket for $55, $60 high value money, ripping people off. That's not good. I would not pay for it. Okay, I would not pay for it. I hope somebody else pay for it, but it won't be me. All right, but and I encourage anyone else not even to worry about it. I mean, if you want to know who won the fight, check on the news the following day for free. All right, De La Hoya should win this fight easily.
Okay, moving to the next one, we got Juan Manuel Lopez versus Sergio Manuel Medina. A lot of talking back and forth between these two, saying I'm gonna knock you out. Who do you run with?
I love
Lopez.
Juan Manuel Lopez is a strong kid. He been knocking people out, and within minutes of a fight. Rather see him fighting for a longer fight, though. I hope this guy Medina giving a real test, because I mean, he got Ponce de Leon and within what, 2 or 3 rounds. One round, the first round, and then he got the last one on 47 seconds. But I want to see how he's gonna act or react if he passed 5 rounds. Okay, I know he's a hard worker. This guy, he's hungry. I seen training. This guy is strong and he got 100% dedication into it. He's working for his family because he's coming from below. He's coming from down and under, and he want to make it in life, and he will. But I like to see him going over 5 rounds.
Definitely, he has to. The fight has to keep going in progression, because if he wants to take on these bigger names, Marquez, Vasquez, Caballero in the division, these guys aren't going to get knocked out, I don't think, within the first 5 rounds. So he's got to eventually get some depth into his fights and get into those uncharted waters, so to speak, so that he can progress with his career.
Well, probably one of those that you mentioned, they could.
Oh no, you're right.
They could also go
and they can get knocked out too. You're right. But in case they don't, he wants to test his stamina too to make sure that it's in check.
The kid can really punch. This guy can really punch. This guy that has a rocket by hands. So we'll see.
All right, now moving to the next one, we got a pretty good matchup that's going to be on that undercard. Victor Ortiz versus Jeffrey Resto. We got the kid from Oxnard and we got the kid, I think, from New York going against each other. I like both of these guys, to be truthful. I like, Resto let me down against, I think it was the Hyena. He let me down. He kind of got tired or scared and quit in the fight. And I think that was his only loss. And then you got Victor Ortiz. He's a young Fernando Vargas, pretty much. He goes in there. He's swinging for the fences. Who do you like in this one, Guru?
I'm like you, but I like to see Resto. Resto is a good kid. The only problem that Resto has is that he never had a good corner or a good trainer that can teach him different things. Okay, what he learned at one time, that was it. He got to a certain point where he didn't learn anything else.
So you're saying he plateaued? Yeah,
he's flat to a point. So, but we'll see. I mean, he got a lot of heart. He got the height. He got the speed. He got somehow a punch. We'll see. I hope he wins. But Victor Ortiz is a good boxer too. So we'll see.
I'm gonna have to say pick one. I'm picking Victor Ortiz. Pick one.
Well, just to go against you, I'm gonna take Resto.
Okay. Moving along, we got Enzo McGregor making his debut after getting knocked out by David Haye for the cruiserweight, and he's fighting against to be announced. So that means that somebody is getting a freebie for a free belt.
Yeah, and that's Mr. Enzo.
And that's Mr. Enzo.
So he's getting a free belt coming up.
And then we're going to the next one. We got Amir Khan versus Osim Fagan. This is probably a fight to boost Amir Khan's confidence after getting knocked out in the first round of his last fight against Prescott. I think it was first round, maybe second round. But again, just a confidence booster here. They're throwing a little dead one in front of him. Moving on to the next one, we got Steve Cunningham versus Thomas Adamek for the IBF Cruiserweight Championship. Cunningham, I think, should take this one. What do you think?
I'm gonna go for Adamek.
You're gonna go for Adamek?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Adamek.
All right, we got the next one. We got Vladimir Klitschko versus Rasim Rockman. This is another one of those fights that pisses me off.
Yeah, me too.
Because Rockman has not done anything since he got the one lucky punch on Lennox Lewis. He went and connected. Lennox fell down. The next time they fought, Lennox knocked him out. And ever since then, they're making him seem like he's God's gift to boxing or something. And he keeps getting these high-profile fights, but he doesn't do shit.
It is, well, it goes with the promoters, okay? Klitschko, he's the baby of the heavyweights right now. The Klitschko brothers are. And so they're just making money. We're going back to the same thing, Is Roy Jones fighting at the age 42? Is De La Hoya fighting Pacquiao? It is who else we got? And now
Klitschko versus
Rockman. Rockman he's old, he's slow, he's beat
boring.
Up. Yeah, he's boring, he's beat up. And who wants to see these fights?
I don't know. HBO, why are you paying for these fights to get made?
Yeah, exactly. HBO, you just wasting your money. Get somebody that can give a real good test to the Klitschko brothers. I mean, Rockman, sorry guy, but you overdo. You need to move up.
Rockman couldn't even hang with Tony.
He can hang with that one. He can even hang with his sister. He needs to move up.
Okay, moving along. We got the rematch, the third installment of Kendall Holt versus Ricardo Torres. We had Ricardo Torres in the first fight taking the decision. We had knockout, right?
No, it was a decision.
It was a knockout. It was a knockout. Then we got the second fight with Kendall Holt with the headbutt knockout. What are your thoughts on the third fight?
You know what? This is gonna be a real good fight because these two guys, they got it going on. This is the type of fight that I like to see. This is the type of fight that I pay the money to watch. Okay, I like Torres, man. Torres is a strong kid. He was careless on his last fight. He wanted to get Holt's head off his shoulder so bad that he got careless and he got his ass whipped. But I like Torres.
I'm going with you on this one too. I think that Torres, exactly in the second fight, it was clear he had him hurt two times when he knocked him down, and you know. But kudos to Kendall Holt. He got up and made it happen. Headbutt or not, he came back fighting. So, like you said, this is one of those great fights where you got two evenly matched guys that are willing to trade punches with each other and make it entertaining for boxing. Again, another good fight for boxing. Rolling with Ricardo Torres on this one. We got James Toney fighting Tony the Tiger Thompson. Your thought on this fight?
Who wants to see any Tony fight? Not Tony Thompson. I don't want to see neither one of them. All right, you guys. I don't know. Is that going to be in the heavyweight or cruiserweight?
That's heavyweight. That's heavyweight. You got heavyweight.
First of all, I don't even know why is Tony ranked.
That people apparently like him. They're remembering his glory days at middleweight.
His glory days was in middleweight. That's exactly what it was. Not on heavyweight. He just a fat potato that likes to eat. All right, good guy though, man. Hey Tony, don't take it personal, dude. But stop eating, man. And in fact, just retire, dude. Do a favor to the sport of boxing. Retire.
I'm gonna go on this one. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that in this fight, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Thompson comes in there and leaves a mark on James Toney.
No, Tony's gonna win because he's very difficult to fight.
No. But Thompson is a very big guy. He's a very, very big guy. I think. Just hear me out. This one,
I'm gonna go for Tony. Even though he's old as heck, and I don't like you, Tony. I don't like you. Retire. I'm gonna go for Tony.
Well, I'm going for Tony Thompson instead of James Toney. Moving along, we got Eric Morel versus Ricardo Vargas. Eric Morel trying to climb the ranks and make a statement at the bantamweight to reclaim a title and show that he's still here. What do you think about that one?
Eric Morel, he got by 2 more good years to fight. So whatever you want to do, this is the time to do it, and you gotta prove yourself that you really belong there. Okay. I'm gonna go for Eric Morel. He's a good boxer. He's a good boxer.
You can't discredit Morel. Lately, I mean, all the fights he's been fighting, he's been winning by knockout. Ever since he's come back from jail, he's been boxing beautifully and knocking people out. He's making his statement, trying to climb back up and show everybody he still means business.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much the wrap up for today. Is there any news in boxing that you want to cover? The Wilfredo Vargas Jr. Did you want to talk about him?
Wilfredo Vasquez.
Vasquez Jr.
Wilfredo Vasquez.
I didn't catch that fight, so
yeah, Wilfredo Vasquez. He did a good fight last time I saw him. He looked more mature. He took his time. He can punch. The kid can punch. I like what I saw. Okay, other people tell me didn't like because he was usually used to come and throw punches and try to knock the other guy out within a couple minutes. This time he took his time and he showed me a lot. He showed me that he had learned a lot. He composed himself. Pacing himself. He's using the jab very, very intelligently, and he's throwing the right punches. So I like the way he did.
So they're moving along good.
They're looking at he moving. As long as you don't get with Juanma, you're good to go. You stay out of Wanda's life. I mean Juanma's life. Okay, don't get on his way because Juanma will take you off. But other than that, I think he got a good chance. I mean, he got at least by 10 more fights before he can fight for a title. To me.
All right, and that's pretty much our show for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, thank you. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. And this is Pound for Pound Boxing,
the voice of the new generation.
We pull back no punches.